So we're just going to, I have to also act as tripod, so this is kind of the challenge that I have. And actually, maybe I'll put you on that side of the screen. Okay, so could you please introduce yourself and what company you're with?
Yes, my name is Tom Long and I'm with Rasmussen College.
Okay. When did you first realize that you were morphing into a technical artist from your original role, or was it always kind of your path?
Yes, that's a good question because my whole life I was always asked if I was an artist or a programmer, and I would say, no, I'm neither. And then they'd say, well, what are you? And I said, I'm a technical artist. And it seems that I may have coined that phrase, I'm not quite sure, but that would have been back in '96, so as I created my major.
Okay. So can you provide an example from a project you worked on that required your specific skills as a technical artist to solve?
I can't think of a project that didn't need technical artists, but the most recent professional would have been a port from an arcade to a Nintendo WiiWare game that I worked on.
Okay, and so what was the specific issue with that port?
Taking 12-year-old Maya files, putting them into a 3DX Max export pipeline into a custom engine. There was quite a bit of technical artist needs.
Okay. Now, did you come to technical art from the programming side, the art side, or were you kind of getting bounced back and forth across those disciplines?
Well, I'm going to sort of answer that from the beginning. The first drawing I ever drew was a one-point perspective looking Luke flying into the Death Star before he blows it up, and I was about 2.5, 3 years old. So I would say art came first, but when I was 8 years old I taught myself how to program. So I guess that would be an artist who became a programmer.
Okay. And so then, as that morphed into sort of this role of technical art, were you, did you come like through an art track in college? Did you come through a programming track in college?
As far as my education, formal education, I actually went to my university and said that most students don't know what they want to be when they grow up. I actually knew what I wanted to be when I grew up, and I wanted to design my own major. And luckily enough, the school I was with allowed me to do that, and so it kind of morphed and I zigzagged between both the comp sci and the art programs.
Okay. So with that, how much and what kind of self-directed learning has becoming an effective TA involved, like, over time? Obviously, what you learned in school wasn't enough, I would imagine. So, like, how do you keep up on your skills?
Well, it is definitely, it's a lifelong learning, and everything is a learning process, and being able to relate how one thing is connected to another thing, whether it's art or programming, figuring out where they do connect and whatever relationship you can get through.
Okay. So what types of math do you regularly use in your job?
Well, I was speaking about this being the ignorant genius is finding or not knowing specific deep math and using an artistic, creative solution to that problem. So I do a lot of creative math.
Oh, okay. How about what low-level technical concepts did you need to, deeply understand to become an effective TA? Shaders, graphics pipeline, I don't know, anything that, if you can fill in the blank for me there.
Well, it is a lifelong learning, and everything is, 3D concepts I know was a big thing that plays a role in everything in a TA as far as in 3D games. Knowing your left hand roll, your right hand roll, excuse me, okay. And all the way down to floating point math and how it affects the vertices in the models.
Oh, okay. How about what artistic principles have you had to, kind of come to understand deeply to be an effective TA, maybe to communicate with people generating the art for the pipeline.
Second.
Okay. What artistic principles did you need to come to deeply understand to be an effective TA?
Okay, so the same question
Yeah.
in reverse. From
Same
the
question in reverse, yeah.
I'm just freezing here.
That's okay. I can cut all this out.
Right. Because I didn't read that one.
Okay. We could skip it.
Let's skip it for now, and then we'll
Okay.
come back to it when I
Yeah.
have.
So, if there's one thing you could tell academics about the role of a technical artist, what would it be?
Yes, so everything from kindergarten all the way through my college years, I was always told that I was either an artist or a programmer or technical, and not to pigeonhole someone in either being an A or B slot. There is a C slot, and it's a very valid slot.
Okay. Anything else? Anything at all you want to tell me about being a tech artist?
Being a technical artist is who you are. It comes from inside out. You don't become one. You're born one, and then you discover you are one.
That's deep.